Welcome to the Holistic Social Media Funnel. Today, I'm going to talk about solving the social media manager dilemma. So, one, what is holistic social media, first and foremost? And ultimately, how to create authentic content as a wellnesspreneur or a holisticpreneur, whatever you identify as, without Fiverr. And I'll talk a little bit more about that, why that could be a problem and why that could be one of the best things that you can have in your business as well, right? So if you're a wellnesspreneur or an entrepreneur of some sort, you know that if you want to have visibility, to have clients and to have some kind of presence, right, that we have to somehow post consistently. But some of the clients that I do have, they're seeing patients one-on-one, they're in sessions, and they're like, so where am I going to find the time? And so the first solution that they find or that they think about is like, oh, I'm just going to hire somebody on Fiverr, and I'm going to have them write the content and post everything for me, do everything for me. Well, that is amazing that we have that option. But I want to tell you that it's not the way to go at the beginning. So let me explain. So again, you've heard that you want to post consistently in order to get traction in your marketing, whether you using paid ads or organic marketing, it doesn't matter. You got to have some kind of social presence, right? We all know that. We can agree with that. Uh, and the thing is, if we go the Fiverr route or even hire a social media manager who knows what they're doing, or like this is actually what they do for you and you don't have to train them, they actually help you like with the branding and stuff like that. And then they start posting and you realize that it doesn't really sound like me. So like when you read the post, like, oh, I cringe because it doesn't really sound like me. So I call this the social media manager dilemma. And so in order to kind of illustrate the points that I want to teach you today, I want to start with just defining what holistic means. So holistic from dictionary.com, it says concerned with the care of the entire person in all aspects of well-being, including the physical, psychological, and social, rather than with diseases and symptoms in isolation. So it's treating the entire person, right? Often using natural or traditional methods. I know I probably didn't have to define that for you since you're already a wellnesspreneur, so you know you live in this world called holistic, right? So in my world, as a marketing coach for holisticpreneurs, I define holistic as this well-rounded approach to your marketing, not just from a content perspective, but also from the effect that the content will have on your life, your business, and the clients that you will help. So it is this kind of like bigger picture and being able to really treat your entire life, including your business, your clients, in your actual personal life, and then being able to integrate everything that you have into your business and really showcase who you are, right? Not so much about what you do. Yes, that's important obviously, but who you are in that business, and then have that shine through your content. So that's what holistic social media marketing is for me. So I'll tell you a story of when I did hire a social media manager and how it didn't actually work. I actually met her at a Success Magazine event. They were doing this conference with where they had a lot of speakers and stuff. And I was actually there because of an MLM company that I was a part of. I got invited to go with the people, the top ranking people and stuff like that. I was in line and this gal just started chatting with me at Starbucks trying to get coffee. And the long story short, we eventually became friends, and I find out what she does. She's a branding, she calls it a branding specialist or branding expert or something like that. And I was paying her like $750 a month She would fly out, to do my photo shoots, and not like she's not the photographer, but she would like supervise and manage the photo shoots and stuff like that. But then when it came to, and at this point, like I publish content all the time. It doesn't matter what business I'm in, I publish content. That's like something that just comes naturally to me. And so I already have a bunch of content out there. But even when I hired her, even with it's my pictures and it's all curated and all that stuff, like it's pretty. But I would still cringe at the stuff that she will write for me because it just doesn't sound like me. Like my essence was not there. I knew for a fact that I didn't write it and that I wouldn't say it in that way, kind of thing, right? So I want to save you from that. I want to save you from having wasted time, money, effort in something like that, thinking that that's the solution where it's not really. So you don't start there. So what I'm going to share with you are the things that I learned from that experience. So while she's a great person and she's great at what she does, what I would do is I would do the things that I'm about to teach you today before I would hire somebody. So hopefully you'll learn from my mistakes. So if you don't have a clear aligned message and you don't quite know what exactly it is that you do for people, or if they ask you what is it exactly that you do, like if you're a chiropractor, yes, you're a chiropractor, but are there specific things that make you unique as a chiropractor? And that's where that holistic comes in, right? And being able to put that into words, and then put though that uniqueness into your captions and your videos and your emails and your carousel posts, all that stuff is, I believe, what's really the most important aspect. So if you don't have that dialed in, everything else is going to really fall flat, and it's not really going to be very effective. It's not going to attract your ideal clients for you, because if you're not clear yourself, then how do you expect for them to be clear about what it is that they want, that you're going to deliver to them as a result of working with you, right? So without that clear aligned message, that's the soul of your business. Without it, it just feels like an empty shell. Right. So just don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with hiring a social media manager. In fact, one of the things that you can leverage in your business, especially if you're a local business owner and you're still seeing patients and clients, is having great team members that will make your life easy, right? I love it when I find an A player in my team who just gets me, and that can really basically like a clone of me, right? So that's ultimately what we want. But what you want to do ultimately is you want to come up with that aligned message and the like a core um content library, and for a few months, I would say like 3 to 6 months. It just depends like how much you have to say. I know you have a lot to say. And how authentic you want it to be. But that would be my recommendation, is to start there and start to really come up with the right words that you want to come through in your message, right? Because here's what I know about wellnesspreneurs. You have a vision for your business when you first started it, and you probably still hold that vision close to you, right? And you also have a vision for the results your clients will get. You also have this vision for the experience you want your clients to have when they start working with you, right? Like from the moment that they enter through your door, or they start their first Zoom call with you, whether you're doing like one-on-one, or maybe even virtual coaching, right? So you'd want that vision to shine through when your ideal clients first land on your Instagram or your Facebook profile, right? This is the holistic aspect of social media, right? It has to be intentional. It doesn't have much to do with what you do, like your title, but who you are. So here's the truth. When when wellnesspreneurs tell me I don't have the time, right? I don't have the time right now. But if you don't have the time right now to focus on social media or your messaging, but you don't have a full practice yet, then what makes you think that you're going to have time to do it later? Right? So if you don't have the amount of clients that you want right now, I would say that this is one of the things that you want to focus on, is to make time for it. So that way you set up the foundation, you set up the system, and later you have a duplicatable system that sounds like you, that makes your expertise and your wisdom and your soul shine through your business and your social media posts, essentially. Because here's the truth that I know about wellnesspreneurs. I know because I was one for over 10 years, and it's something that you just can't undo. It's just a habit. It's just one of your identities, right? So I know that wellnesspreneurs have this depth of knowledge and experience and wisdom that you want to share. And they're already inside of you. But if you don't share it, it's just going to die, right? And I know for me, that is not acceptable. I naturally just want to share my wisdom, the things that I'm learning. I'm a sharer and I'm a teacher. So I know that, social media for me is an outlet. And so that's actually what I want you to see it as well, because all of the content is already inside of you. So if you know how to take advantage and how to uncover that depth of knowledge and wisdom, and then use that to fuel you, to move you forward, and then inspire you to change your clients' lives, that is gold. Those are the things that they want to hear from you, to watch from you when you do your videos, when you do your reels, your carousel post, or just whatever that you put out. That's ultimately what they're looking for. Is like what they're looking for is this the person that I want to work with? But they want to make sure that not only can you deliver the results, that they also like you, right? It's that know, like, and trust factor in marketing that we talk about. So again, for me, I just can't help but go out there and publish content. This is just a part of me, and I wholeheartedly believe that I'm doing my potential clients a disservice, because if I don't do it, because I know that I can help them create the momentum in their business by helping their clients find them. And then I'm thinking about the ripple effect that that's going to do, because if their ideal clients find my wellnesspreneur clients, then my work multiplies through those clients, because then they're going to help more clients as a result, and then I get more wellnesspreneur clients as a result. So it's just this entire ripple effect. So when I'm creating content, that's the reason that's in my head, that's my fuel, that's my inspiration to like go out there and tell people about what I do, because I don't want them to suffer like I did at the beginning, when I didn't have the guidance, when I didn't have that mentor that tell me, okay, you're doing this completely wrong, or maybe just a few things wrong, go this way, right? Because I know I have the path that will get them there. That's how much I believe in the work that I do. And I know that you believe in the work that you do as well. So another thing that my clients might say is like, well, I'm afraid of not being good enough, or that I'm gonna say something wrong, or being wrong with my expert opinion, right? Like it doesn't matter. I would say replace it with not being good yet. Not that yet is the keyword. You're not good yet, right? So maybe you're worried about gurus, marketing gurus saying you have to do things a certain way. This is how many times you have to post. This is when you want to post, and then this is what you want to post. And they're so focused on strategies. But this is what I would tell you. Again, this information is already inside of you and is already like in your word, in your world. And so if you are working with a specific client or a patient, right? When was the last time you really listened to that client's issue or concern. And why not just talk about how you helped that specific client overcome that specific issue or concern? That's really it, right? And then you document it. You when you're working with your clients on a day-to-day basis, I would document those things, those concerns. I would write them down. If you're a doctor, you already actually do this. You like take notes, right? On your clients. That's the source of the content, right? And you can continue to just document it, tweak it, troubleshoot until you get good. It's about practice. It's about mastery, but you won't get good unless you start now. Right? So you just got to put in the reps, like what we say in the fitness industry, just put in the reps. So what I would encourage you to do right now, and maybe you're watching the replay, you can pause this, but if not, you can just this down to do later after you watch the live video, is um, feel into your client's daily life or moments right now. Or if it's just the end of the day that you're watching this video and you've seen clients already, look back as to the issues or concern that they mentioned to you today. And then get your content from there, right? Because that's ultimately what you're educating your patients all the time. So why not create content that will lead them to that over and over again, so you don't have to be a broken record, and you can just say, oh, here's the link, this is how I answered that. That's easy, right? But I approach my content creation as a test. And if you approach it as everything in life is a test, right? Everything is a test, but especially in content creation and marketing, everything is a test. And I find that one, if you approach it as a test and everything is a test, then you're like, okay, what's the best way to solve this problem? Right? And then you just get good. You do what you think is right at that time, and then you test, and then you test, and then you look at the numbers, and then you test, right? So then that's how you get good, because you put in the reps. You actually did something instead of just learn something and then do nothing about it, right? So then you might say, but Anna, I still don't know what to say. Here's what I say to that: do it anyway, right? Because that's leadership. When I was at another event at a conference, still at that MLM company, actually, I went to a lot of events that year. If you've been in an MLM before, you'll know why, right? They said, and I still remember, and actually it's on the banner behind the stage, it says, great leaders are also great followers, right? So if you want to lead others, you first have to be a few steps ahead of them, so you know the path that you're going to take them through, right? So in order to be ahead, you want to be following your own path, then do the things, test and evolve, like I mentioned earlier. It doesn't have to be perfect. You just have to be courageous about it and just put things out there, not being fearful or afraid of what people are going to say. Is it going to be correct? Whatever. It's never going to be perfect. So just get over it, right? So you might suck at the beginning, which is totally fine because everyone does at the beginning. Or you might feel sad that no one's watching or engaging, and that's okay too. Because guess what? You're not that good yet. So it's okay that not many people have seen it, right? So that's what I would say to, if you still don't know what to say. Because here's the thing. What I learned is that life is a mirror, not a window, right? You're not just like looking at everything. You're actually a mirror for something, for somebody. So you're actually a mirror for your clients. And so when you put things out there on social media, you will ultimately show your ideal clients who you are and what you're about. What are the beliefs? What are the values that you have? What are the skills that you have? And then those who want what you're reflecting to them, your results and expertise, right? They will want to work with you because they see that in you, because you're a mirror for them, right? In short, everything that worked for you, whether that's your health journey, your spiritual journey, whatever transformation you've gone through, those things, those same things will work for them because you are their mirror, right? So, for example, when I was helping one of my clients who's a fitness coach with her content, this was just a few weeks ago, so it's still very fresh in my mind. I was telling her how one of the biggest mistakes that people do when they're looking to lose weight is doing tons of cardio and then not focusing enough on strength training, right? So I'm just like, this is a great content idea, whatever, whatever. So I started talking about how this can hurt them in the long run because they're losing muscle, et cetera, et cetera. And then she's like, oh, that reminds me of a conversation as I was having with my client earlier today, just today. And I'm like, that's exactly where you get the best content from because they're the mirror, right? It's from the problems that you're helping your clients solve on a daily basis. That's content right there, right? And so this morning, she actually sent me an idea for a post, and she wrote the captions for the post. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is exactly how I would write this post. You're totally getting the hang of it. So she's like getting better and better at it because in our coaching sessions in between, she would send me those captions just to get my feedback. And over the last few weeks, it's just been a lot of back and forth, which I love because I get to kind of look at her progress and how much she's grown through that process. And then to read that exact post this morning, it's like, oh my gosh, this is so good. She's totally learning and getting the hang of it. So I'm so proud of her. By the way, if you have any questions or if you can relate to any of the situations that I have mentioned before, be sure to drop them in the comments. Actually, I'm not seeing the comments, but I will definitely look at them when I'm done with the video. So now, let me find my place. Okay, so I want you to ultimately create your body of work and create from content from the doing. Create your content from the doing. What I mean by that is you get the content from the experience and the wisdom from being with your clients, from doing the things that you're supposed to do anyway, right, in your practice. And then do your content creation for a few months until you have a library you can pull from. That's the best tip I can give anyone. Because this allows you to track what's working and what's not working. Again, we're testing and we're tweaking and troubleshooting and evolving, right? And then once you do that, that's the only time you'll feel very comfortable that whoever you hire as a social media manager will work. And then the post that they create for you will authentically be you, right? So you don't want to skip that part. You really don't. Trust me. I've learned it. I paid that gal for 3 months at $750 a month. It was not, it was painful. Let's just say that. Okay. So the wellnesspreneurs I've started working with are either already publishing content and they're not getting the number of new ideal clients they desire, or they haven't started yet, they haven't started posting yet, or they haven't even started a business yet. They're considering starting a business. Or maybe they post sporadically because they don't have a plan of action to follow that gives them that confidence to know that once they put the content out there, their ideal clients will find them instead of looking for their clients. So if you're any one of those, if any of those situations apply to you at all, this is the stuff that I help you with in my free magnetic content audit call. So during these calls, I actually only make 2 spots available a week. And so if we're at the end of the week, more than likely, we're going to book your call next week. So just if you're seeing this and if any of this applies to you, just let me know and drop me in the comments if you want to book this free call with me. So in my magnetic content audit call, I'll help you really get crystal clear on the vision and message that will make your content magnetic to your ideal clients so that when they see your content, they're like, oh my gosh, I want to work with her. And then we'll also look at what you're currently doing, and then we'll look at ways that you can quickly get traction in your marketing. So in the marketing that you're already doing, so you can attract those high quality repeat clients so that they find you. And again, you don't have to find you because you're already busy seeing clients and patients, right? And then we'll also find out what's stopping you from really stepping into being that trusted expert that I know that you are, right? I know she's in there. These are what I call the unknown unknowns, well, which I can talk about in another training. So, but we'll uncover those unknown unknowns because guess what? They're stopping you from creating that dream business and the life that you know you deserve, and you're not even aware of them. So I call them blind spots. So this is one of the reasons I love doing these calls to really like dig for those blind spots. I love finding those, and then we'll also help. We'll also come up with a plan to take you from where you are now to where you want to be. And then if you feel inspired, you can choose the next aligned action on that call so you can take your income to the next level. And then lastly, if we talk and we chat and it feels like, oh my gosh, I would love to work with you, I'll share the next steps on that call too, so that you can really let that trusted expert in you shine, because I know, again, she's in there, so that you can grow your practice even faster. So again, I only have 2 spots in my calendar, every single week. It's Thursday now as of the live of this video, so more than likely we'll get you early next week. If you drop me in the comments, I'll reach out to you, or you can message me directly as well. That's also an option. So again, grab one of those free spots while it's there. And last but not the least, actually, we'll be posting this on YouTube as well. So if you're watching the replay on YouTube, I'll drop the link in the description below so you can book that call with me, and also join my free Facebook group where I really do these live streams from. So let me just go real quick and check comments, if questions and comments, if there are any. As I know, most people, like, here's the thing, most people will watch your the replay of your live video, right? They're not actually going to watch the live. So like, I don't get disheartened if no one's watching my live video right now, because I know that the content that I put out is going to live on the internet, interwebs forever, right? So if you have that, like, oh, I don't know, I'm gonna go live and no one's watching, that's okay. That's okay. So there's no questions, there's no comments. So I will end this live, but if you're watching the replay later on, be sure, and you have a question, just drop it in the comments, and I'm gonna get notified, obviously, that it's there. And if you're watching it on YouTube, I still get notified when there's comments on the video. So I will see you next time, and your questions will actually help me for further topics that you might want to learn about. So if you have those, just feel free to drop them, and I'll be sure to take care of you. All right. Until next time, thank you for being here. Bye bye.